Hi, it's WRTV's Ray Steele. I hope you like this video. In fact, I hope you will click that like button down there and click the subscribe button too so you don't miss the new stuff. Or you can click the subscribe button at the end of this video. Really appreciate it. It's perhaps the signature event at one of the best places downtown. If you haven't been to the Eiteljorg Museum, you really ought to go. And perhaps this coming weekend, the 25th and 26th of June, is the time to go. It's their annual Indian Market and Festival. And with me to talk about it is Nataly Lowder, Vice President for Advancement for the Eiteljorg Museum. Good to see you.
Nice to see you too.
Thanks for coming over. And is this the signature event, do you think, for the museum?
I do believe it is. We're celebrating 30 years this year.
Wow.
And we've just turned 33 years old. So I'd say that's pretty signature. For people who may have not been to the Eiteljorg, what is it about the Eiteljorg that is important? What do they bring to the table that maybe other museums don't? Well, I think one of the main things we bring to the world is diverse voices. We've always been about diversity since the day we opened the doors. We're about the diversity of the American West, and we're about the diversity of all Native Americans of all of North America.
And that's what the Eiteljorg is probably most known for, is Native American history, Indian history, here in central Indiana, all across the country. But as you said, you are bringing forth, you just had the Juneteenth festival again.
That's right.
That is an important part of the Eiteljorg. And so it's all of these voices that may not have been amplified perhaps in the art world, in the museum world in the past.
Correct. And we always find that we have to talk 3 times as loud and 3 times as often for people to hear us, but I think people are starting to pay attention now, and it's a really exciting time to be at the Eiteljorg.
Now, the Indian Market and Festival, of course, highlighting the Native American community and what they bring to the table, but for someone who hasn't been, what are they going to see?
Oh, it's going to be beautiful. So not only are we celebrating 30 years of Indian Market and Festival, we're bringing in 140 artists, Native artists representing 60 tribes, including performers and storytellers. So not just buying and selling art, but also watching these performers and learning about their cultures. So it's very exciting. Food, of course, can't have a festival without food. But also on top of that, we're opening for the first time to the public our new Native American art galleries. So if you can imagine going to see your favorite work of art and then saying, gosh, I wonder what it was like to be alive during that time, and I wonder what it would have been like to buy a piece of art from that artist, come to the Eiteljorg Museum at Indian Market and you can do just that. Those new galleries have artists that are also in Indian Market still selling their art. So it's a very exciting time to come.
And Native American art, Native American culture, it's, I hate framing it as something from the past sometimes.
Correct.
Because these tribes are still there, they're still alive. They are. In some ways thriving, but in a lot of ways still struggling today.
Correct. So in the new galleries, you will experience the fact that Native Americans have always been here, they always will be. And so you will see the continuation. It's viewed through the lens of art, but we are telling their history and their culture. We partnered with our Native American Advisory Council. They are a national council, also with tribal leaders from the Great Lakes region to tell this story from a Native voice. So we're no longer looking at it maybe through our lens, but through their lens. So it's really exciting. It is truly their story.
It happens June 25th and 26th, correct?
Yes.
What times?
It is from 10 to 5. And I would encourage people to go online and buy tickets early because you can get discounted tickets. People 17 and younger are free.
June 25th and 26th for the Indian Market and Festival, the 30th edition for a museum that has been a downtown staple for 33 years now. Nataly Lowder with the Eiteljorg. Appreciate your time. Thanks for coming by.
Thank you for having us.